I'm Hasina. I'm from group number 6. Now I'm going to discussing about what is group structure and its roles, norms and its status. Before going to that topic, we will discuss what is group behavior. Anyone knows what is group behavior? It's a behavior of the group. And some groups will be perform well and some groups will not be perform well. If it's perform well, they generate synergy, and if it may not be perform well, they will lead to social loafing. What is social loafing? Social loafing is a situation in which some members are not ready to do some jobs, and they will only do less number of work when he is in a group. So social loafing will lead to the adversely affect the group performance. There are several factors which affect the group performance. That is, the first one is external conditions, and the second one is the group member resources, and the third one is the group structure. So we will discuss these three components, that's factors. The first one is external conditions. These are some conditions imposed by the imposed to for the working of the group. These conditions are mainly the rules and regulations of the group, and the authority of the group, and its resources. These kind of factors is coming under the external conditions. If these factors are positively affect the group, then the performance of the group will be positive. And vice versa. If it is negatively affect, then the group performance will also be negative. And the second one is the group member resources. It can be divided into two. The first one is ability, skill, and the knowledge. And the second one is personality characteristics. If the first one we all know that the ability, skill, and knowledge. These are the main factors of a group factors of a member. So if this is matched with the group requirements, then the group performance will be positive, and vice versa. And then the third one is we all know that group structure. This is the main part of our topic. So let's move to the topic in briefly. Group structure means it's a structure of the group. It's a layout. Simply we can say that it's a layout of a group. Whole group's layout is called the group structure. In group structure there are 6 components. The first one is group role, group norms, group status, and group cohesiveness, group composition, and the final one is group norms. So these are the 6 components coming under the group structure. So moving to these components briefly. The first one is group composition. Group composition, we all know that in this name. Group composition we can divide it into 2 parts, that is homogeneous and heterogeneous. In homogeneous groups composition, if a group is called a homogeneous group, then the group members of that group will be in same in one way or the another way. So their characteristics or their age group, their working conditions, working experience, all will be same in the homogeneous groups. But at the same time, the heterogeneous group, the persons of the members of the group will be different in one or more ways. The working conditions, and if we take into an example, a car manufacturing company, they need different skilled persons for that particular work. If we producing a car, so we have to produce different parts of that car. So the skill need to that particular work will be different. So each of the work will be done by different skilled persons. So it is here the diverse skilled persons are needed. So this is called heterogeneous groups. And the next one is group size. Group composition. Any doubts? Is it clear? Next one is group size. It may be small or large. If these persons are communicate with each other and there is a meaningful interaction between each other, then it is called as a group. And also these all persons are also called as a group. So the size of the group will depend on the performance of the group. These two groups, these small groups and the large group also, their own advantages and their own disadvantages. The first one is, if it is a large group, the idea coming from each group will be, each members will be different. Their mind will be different. So we can get more ideas from them and more resources from them. So, but there is a disadvantage with that, is there is a lead to social loafing. We already mentioned that what is social loafing. Social loafing means social loafing means if a person is put less effort in a group, when he is in a group, so it is called a social loafing. So we mentioned the large sized group, but in small sized group also have its advantages, because the interaction between each member will be more effective in a small group, because there is only less number of people in that group, so they can discuss each other in more frequently, and they can generate their bond between each other also very well. So the disadvantage between that small group is they cannot perform the complex works. They every time they perform the simple task and easy task. So in the expert says that in there is a 6 to 7 member group will be most effective group in all time, because the number of group member will be the limited, and the opinions coming from also will be limited. So these group members will be all time effective group. 6 to 7 member group is an effective group, and these groups are divided on the basis of some what kind of tasks they have to be performed, and the ability of the leader to coordinate the activities, and if there is any conflict, how they treat that conflict. So these are the main determinants that considered for the division of these groups. So any doubt in the group size? Okay. So we discussed with group composition and the group size. The third one is group roles. We can discuss that a group role is it's a pattern of behavior of a man. In a group, the behavior of the people will be different. They will perform different roles. So the group role means it's a pattern of behavior expected of a person occupying in a position in a social unit. So he will be part of different social unit. Sometimes he will be in same time he will be in a family person or a friendship group and in an organization, but he is doing different tasks at the same time. He will be doing different tasks at the same time. The behavior that expected from him will be different at the same time he will doing multiple tasks, so the behavior will also be different. For example, if we consider in a company, a manager will also an accountant is also a part of a finance committee, or that person also have this also will be the subordinate of another one. So he is perform different tasks at the same time. So his behavior will be different in that time. So the next one is the role identity. What is role identity? Role identity means his actual behavior. But he is doing different roles, but he have a actual behavior. So that actual behavior is called the role identity. Role identity can be divided into two: the role perception and the role expectations. Role perception means his behavior will be on the basis of his perception. That perception is determined by and formed by his own experience and his training period. He is actually that perception is maintained and formed by himself. That is role perception. The second one is role expectations. Role expectation means others' expectation about how one should behave in a given situation. That is role expectations. Is there any doubt? Group role. Okay. The next one is group norms. What is group norms? Group norms means sometimes a group's function will be called as normative. These normative functions of the group norms will be more impact on the performance of the group. Because it helps the managers to identify how and why a person will be perform according to that particular group norms. That will help the managers to identify the employees' performance, and he can evaluate them. These norms are set by the group members itself. There is the group norms will be include mainly the rules of the groups, and how they perform, and the actions, the best way of action. These are included in the norms. If we take an example that this is a group, this is a group. So if a person enter into class, there is a faculty here. He will definitely ask permission to enter. But there is no faculty. He will not be asking any permission, right? Yes. If there is any faculty, we have some norms that set by ourselves. So these are the norms. Is it okay? Clear? The next one is group status. Group status means the status. Every person have different status in a group. There will not be same to everyone. The existence of status is a main feature of every organized group. It may be a society, it may be a group, it may be an organization. So the status of the person means it's a ranking. Actually, it is a relative ranking of a person is called as the ranking. Status. So in this, the relative ranking of the person will be affect the performance of the group, and the status will be different for each of the members. It is mainly according to the performance they are performing. If he is doing a particular task, if he is doing a particular task, it will be depend on the that particular work, that particular position. So the group members, if we consider a project team, there will be a leader and the others member. So the position of the leader will be different from the other members. So the status of him will be higher than the other members. This is called a status. So the final one is group cohesiveness. Group cohesiveness means the degree of attachment of the workers to their group. In a group, there should be a coordination, and there should be a attachment with each other. So, if a group if a group is said to be highly cohesive, then it will be a good interaction with each other, and they will maintain a good communication. So, the performance of the group will be also high. They will get higher results. If a group is cohesive less, then it will be vice versa. The performance of the group will be negatively affected. So there are some features of the group cohesiveness means the members of the groups will be a common goal. They are working for that particular goal. They are trying to achieve them together, and also the group have a definite status, and the loyalty of the group members will be high. These are the main features of the group cohesiveness. For example, if we consider a military team, they are working for a specific goal. So they are coordinate with each other, and they are set a goal, and they are performing for that particular task. In that group, there will be only a limited number of members. So they can interact with each other and frequently, and they can maintain a relation between each other very well. So is it clear with cohesiveness? Any doubt till there? Okay. Thank you.